Except each water node movement cost is 1. You do have 2 movement. Why was that saying? Oh, did I have a ship selected still? It's 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, sink. The only way across would have been here. So unfortunately Marbazir has already kind of pinched that from us. Although this is going to take a really long time to build. So maybe I just sneak across his territory to get over to this. Or we just wait for better boats. Alright, so Byblos has finished building its stuff. And I'm pretty sure I want to build that there. That's a lot of traders. Okay, our money situation is starting to spiral a bit. Also, we're getting a huge amount of industry. Population is still under control. Stability is still under control. And you finish building in 2 turns. Okay. Philosophy has been researched. We've got another Eurostar. I mean, the nice thing about this is we are going to be really far ahead of everyone when it comes to the Eurostars. Like, fame score, we're in first place by a long way. And we still have to wait another 3 turns. 2 turns. Now, can you sail across? You can sail across this. I think I'd rather go this way. Okay, so this is just a crossing point between these 2 nations, I see. It's because I've never settled so far south, I've never actually seen these islands before. And you are going to sail as far out into this as you can. Oh good, we can go around it. So we've now met the Aztecs. That's another person to trade with.
It is my great honor, as the leader of a great people, to greet you in their name.
Okay, so hello, Jouet de Grenier. Cool. Yeah, you're going to need to get over there. That looks like shallow. That is shallow. Okay, there is a weird shallow spot which is going to allow us to leapfrog across. Okay. It's like they knew that this would be necessary. So, through you...
We
you
would
want
all
non-aggression.
benefit
Absolutely.
from... This will be a blessing for all parties. I accept.
Okay, so we are now friendly with Marbazir.
Well. Yes, very well indeed.
And I would very much like to get open borders of Marbazir if we have the opportunity. This ship is going to continue heading north this way. Heading on another coastal, which is fine. And you can go into here. Okay, Sidon has finished building most of the things. You definitely want to get a school, levy administration, food market. So you have a couple of things to build. By build, I mean purchase. Oh, elephants. I can build them now. And then we're going to go back to the districts. Now, we were looking at building districts up here. Yeah. Our income is going up and up and up. This is nice to see. I'm going to build a school for you so we can get our science up. Two more turns and we would actually get the next level of fame. Only need one more turn on that. We can immediately buy the Kothon. Ah! Utica has established itself. Glorious! Now I kind of wish I'd saved myself some money. Because you're going to need walls. going to need production, school, school. We're going to need granary,
Huzzah!
barns, and that's just to start with. And you're going to need population growth. Speaking of population growth, I want to make sure that you're also on maximizing population. Okay, and then Byblos can also build some other things, which is going to be another market quarter up here. Fortifications have been researched. Cool. Then we can get hydrology, and then after that, who knows? There we go. You're done. Build the Kothon. Best spots probably... Yeah, honestly, it's probably like here. It's hard to see. Unfortunately, you can't see how many resources you're going to generate. All I know is that it does the most from adjacencies on coastal. And it can go up to 2 tiles away. So this will give science. And there is a lot of coastal up there. Now the other thing to consider is this produces production. We don't actually care that much about the science. So we'll say production up there, we'll purchase it, and now we're going to advance. Alright, so questions. Byzantines, plus 5% money per alliance. We are very friendly and already allied with Quill. We are likely to get into a good relation with Marbazir, which is basically our northern quarter secured. Probably less so with green and yellow. I have a feeling we'll be antagonistic. And I don't know how we're going to be about the foreign nations. The other thing with this is this gives us more money per horses. We don't have many horses, but we can buy them in. It's not a huge problem. The Byzantines are a financial nation, which means that we continue gaining fame through money. This also means we have the merchant ability, which means we can buy copies of trade goods that other people are already selling, which is really helpful. And we get the Varangians. Finally can play us some Vikings. Requires iron, but again we'll have to buy that. There's the Franks, which will increase our food production by 50%. They also have faith in science and influence. So if we want to get more of a science thing going, then the Franks could be good. The faith is kind of wasted because we've lost control of our religion, and I frankly don't care about it anymore. Teutons, same thing. They're really good if you control the state religion, but we don't. Khmer. Oh wow, there's actually a load of these still available. Khmer get us more industry per worker, more food on districts. Like every district produces food, and every population produces industry. Additional industry per adjacent river. So the Beret, there are a couple of places which would be good, although we're not in a hugely river-strong area, so I don't think the Khmer would necessarily be the best option, but if we want to start industrializing as opposed to economizing, then that could be good. The Umayyad, science per number of territories on all cities. So that's going to earn us, I think we worked out we have like 7 territories, we're going to have 8. So that would basically be 80 territory on every city. So the Umayyads are actually better at having multiple cities, because it's basically 80 science per city. So Umayyads are going to be super science. And they also get plus 3 science per number of territories. And also an additional researcher. The Norse, they get a permanent bonus to naval movement speed of plus 3, and also the combat strength of plus 2, and they can build the Naust, which is kind of like the Kothon. It's another harbour building that you can just stack on top of the ones that we've already built. Unfortunately, we didn't get any havens, which is annoying, because the haven's the one that make money. The Kothon makes production, and then the Naust makes food. And then the regular harbour, I think, is also food. So this basically allows you to double down the number of harbours you have. Plus, they generate extra money from ransacking. Now, we haven't done a huge amount of ransacking, because we don't tend to be very raid heavy. Again, if we start as the Goths, then maybe having the raiding ability would be better, or the Assyrians. but I do think that they are going to earn a place on the list because they have access, most importantly, to the lungship. Which means we can explore more easily. They don't care about deep water, and that's important because these are transports. So we have got staying as Carthage, though I don't think that's necessarily the best option. I'll probably remove that if something better takes its place. Yeah, I don't think we want a Carthage. We'll take Carthage away. So we've got the Byzantines. We've got the Franks. We've got the Khmer. We've got the Umayyads. And we've got the Norse. Now, the Umayyads are actually a really interesting decision, or an interesting choice, because we're actually in an area where we could potentially expand quite a lot still by going overseas. So if we want to go super science at this point, Umayyads would be good. If we want to go super exploration, Norse would be good. And this is the first time where I feel like we're actually in a position where we can make use of their abilities. Although, you still have to tech up to lungship. And our science isn't amazing. I mean, that's something I can easily build on top of now that I can get research districts. So I feel like our science is going to improve. Franks increases food production. Our food production already seems to be capped. So I've kind of found a bit of a problem with the food nations. And also building tall as opposed to wide. And that is your cities can still produce an absolute maximum of 1 population per turn. Absolute maximum. Can't go higher than that. And most often it's 1 every 2 turns. So if you have more cities, you have more population growth. So it's not the tall cities that tend to have the most population, it's actually the wide ones. Is this my first playthrough? No. This is definitely not my first playthrough. This is like my 6th on Victor. And probably my 10th or 11th on Humankind, including Lucy. Okay, so these are the 5 choices. I'm going to start a poll right now. And get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. What shall we go for? Aye and no! Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And then we've got Stang coming in with an 18-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there. Stang, congratulations on earning a new colour helmet. It's just good business. It is indeed just good business. Then we have... Oh, I made that a 1-minute vote. That was supposed to be a 2-minute. I am sorry about that. That was supposed to be a 2-minute vote. But get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Sindrin coming in with a 21-month resubscription, each filled with numerous exceptional puns. I feel a great connection to the noble Carthaginians. It's like they are my punic brothers and sisters. Quality. I like it. And thank you very much for the ongoing support as well, of course. Okay, votes are almost in, and that's interesting. For a start, you have not reordered. There we go. So, Franks came in last place with just 2% of the vote, probably because we played as the Franks last time. Khmer came in 4th place with 3%. Those two are really the outliers. And then we've got the Norse, the Umayyads, and the Byzantines coming in with rather more. So the Umayyads are in 3rd place with 22% of the vote. Norse are in 2nd place with 28%. And then the Byzantines have come out on top with 45%. So we are going to be playing as Byzantium. So we can build the Hippodromus, which will give us +5 money per horse and wants to be adjacent to horses. Fortunately, we have one place where it's adjacent to a horse, and that's up here. So their building isn't the best. We'll see more of it next turn. Okay, you may as well just sail out to here, quite frankly. Oh, this is a neutral power, isn't it? And then you... Right, this can probably attach to Byblos. No, it can't. Next turn it can. I want you to sail over to this, so that you can next turn sail over to there. Hell, it probably would have been faster to just freaking walk. Being able to buy this territory from the Ghanaians would be good, unless I can get military access.
Hello. I always look forward to our conversations.
Next turn. Might be able to get military access next turn. Okay, so Sidon is done building. I'm going to say build me a wall. And then build me... I mean, honestly... more markets. The first calendar! The invention of the new calendar heralded a glorious day in the Empire's history. Now, with 2 major cities and numerous farming affairs needing to be harmonized across the land, it is time to standardize the calendar. Traders must have an easy means of synchronizing their activities. By what means do you wish to track the days? I'm just going to go with solar, because we are moving towards progress, and we don't have any control over our faith, so I see no point to even consider tradition. So we're going to do that. What's my games together handle? I'd like to read what improvements. I haven't written anything about improvements. If I'm understanding your question correctly. Do I have any alliances running? Yes, with Quill. And I'm trying to forge an alliance with Ghana at the moment, Marbazir. So I am not going to start trespassing right now.
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge, and we immediately use it to find new ways to kill each other off. Greater empires build more powerful armies, but brute strength may be defeated by superior innovations. It is brains versus brawn, with ever richer cities as tempting spoils for the victor.
The Varangian Guards, now we can see all those sons you sent to them in the CK3. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Okay, so we have now gotten hydrology, which allows us to get the water mill as well. Cool. Eurasia is converted to a new religion. Population gains. Cool. Right, Byblos. The city, not the people. So we can now build the Hippodromus, which is a money-generating structure. +5 money per horse. And then just straight up 3. Doesn't give any adjacency bonuses. I'm not convinced that these are really worth building. Yeah, there is literally no bonus. No adjacency bonus to being next to market quarters. So the only place where this is going to be good is here. Where we'll probably want to build it like there. Alright, so Carthage, you can... Oh, right, we can also build harbours now, which will increase our food production quite significantly. It's really annoying we didn't get any havens up. I'm glad we got all the Kothons out that we did. It's just too bad that, like, that early in the game, it's really difficult to buy buildings. Because you just don't have the economy up to actually, you know, make money. We are making a lot of money now. Carthage. Yeah, we want to start expanding out this way. That's a stone field, that's a woodland. So I think on the stone field we're going to go Maker's Quarter. Which I will purchase. And then I think I'm going to go... Farmer's Quarter? No, this is going to be another Maker's Quarter. Going to go for the industrial adjacencies here. Which I will also purchase. And then we're going to put the Hippodrome right next door, right there. And unfortunately, we can only build the one. So you know what, I'm going to say that the Hippodrome should really get a adjacency bonus with marketplaces. If it's going to be balanced anything like other special buildings. Well, actually, it's money per horse, isn't it? Let me think about this for a second, because if I can just buy in more horses...
We would all benefit from growing closer.
Glorious! Glorious! Let it be so.
Which unfortunately Quill doesn't have
only-
any of. What about you, Mobs?
Hello.
Mobs it
Hello.
does.
I always look forward to our conversations.
These are so cheap. I want to get the copper so I can get the extra forge bonuses. My gosh, strategic units are so cheap. And wow, you are doing a lot of trade there, Garner. Jeez. Interesting. Well, with that now done, Hippodromes will make 13 gold just on their own. The problem is they don't have those adjacencies. So it's a bit of a moot point wherever you place them. But the more horses you get, the more they will make. So yeah, they're not underpowered. They're just nowhere near as interesting. Do any of the others want to trade with us? I mean, I don't know that I necessarily want to start trading with them.
How are you today?
Like, you have horses. So do you. You're sullen. Yeah, punching them so hard early on has kind of done us a good thing. You have conquered the... Oh no, you haven't. Still there. Avarice. Wow, that's becoming quite a big city. Blimey. And that reminds me, we should probably just go ahead and assimilate this guy. I don't think there's really a downside to doing this, except it will reduce the amount of influence we're making by 23 points. Piss off the yellows, but... oh well! So, what do we want to do with you? Well, obviously we want to get more of the copper, we want to get more of the other constructions going. We'll purchase and purchase. And then walls, which I'll purchase. And probably the forge. That is a stone field, so we go with the stone building. Then granary, animal barns. And now that I'm getting horses, animal barns are going to be more and more useful. And then we're going to put everyone into food production so your population can just grow as quickly as possible. Okay, Byblos. Byblos is going to build us some walls. Byblos' stability is also dropping a bit, so it's time for you to get the public fountain and the flood irrigation. And then the barracks, and then the watchtower, I guess. Well, watchtower's not critical. Levy administration, however, is. Let's actually put you that way around so we can get the units cheaper too. Okay, good. Marbazir. I would like open borders with you.
Things change, even leaders and empires.
Good.
I have a proposal.
Okay, so I now have open borders with Marbazir, so I can now pass through here at will. And we are well on the way to getting an alliance with Marbazir, so I think that that's going to be it. Purple and brown up in the north are going to be our friends. So I'm rather happy with that. Hippodromes should give stability, not cost it. They were once the #1 form of entertainment in the Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire. That's true, actually. You know what, I'm going to make that as a note. Hippodromes should probably give stability. Although they were also responsible for, what was it, the Greens versus the Reds? Greens versus Blues? There were like two gangs. They were basically the earliest form of football hooliganism was promoted by the Hippodromes. Greens versus Blues, yeah. Didn't it get to the point where the races were basically proxy political fights? Yeah. And that's also true. The riots were the riots were not like a weekly event. When they kicked off, they were pretty big, but they weren't like the weekly thing. Politics under the cover of sports fandom. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Byzantium's growing nicely. We need 19.7 thousand to get to the next. We're actually making 1,500 a turn. So I think that we're going to get those merchant stars. Science we're going to get. Population I'm a little unsure about. Construction we'll definitely get. Then probably aesthete as well. Okay, am I going to go north or south with you? I think you are going to go south. And then more technology from halfway through the Middle Ages. No, sorry, halfway through the Classical era, even though I'm now Middle Ages. Technology is so balked. Like, some people have been complaining that technology is too easy to get through. How? How have they been doing that? I mean, seriously. I've not had a single game, even when I was playing as, like, really technological advanced nations. I just couldn't get ahead. Never did. Library gives more science. Let's go with that. Stability from the games. I wonder if that's a permanent modifier, if that's just a way of permanently increasing stability over time. Siege tactics would be good, but I think I'm going to go with craftsmanship. And then conquest. And then we'll start on these. Probably beginning with Imperial Power, because that will give us the commons. Then foreign outposts. No, let's get... Hold your horses. Rhetoric, foreign outposts, because this increases money. Will also give us access to the quadrireme, which doesn't help us. Then craftsmanship, conquest, Imperial Power, siege tactics, and then we can get to Middle Ages. Still going to be quite a long way away, and we are generating already 300 science a turn. Which, now I think about it, does sound a little low. So we probably should start investing in some more research quarters.